connect you to the next available agent.
Intro guy.
Hello, everybody.
Hello, welcome to the show, Volley Hotline.
We have new sounds today.
It's more like a sex telephone right now.
Ooh, sexy hotline.
What are you wearing?
Right now I have loose-fitting jeans, underwear with a hole in the bottom. Can I talk about that?
This is for the people who are just listening it on Spotify.
Wait, since we went here already, how often do you guys get new underwear? I have some underwear that I can't believe I still have.
But you mean like how often we change underwear or we get new like from the shop?
I love both of those questions. Let's start with how often do you get underwear? And here's my first thought is underwear something that normally you're gifted, or is underwear something that you consciously buy every so often, and how often?
That's funny because what was the last Valentine's Day was the day on which you can get a gift from your loved ones, and my wife bought me the package of underwear.
That's amazing.
like a rainbow colors, like pink, yellow, blue, because like few months ago after watching David Beckham on Netflix. I think,
dude, that documentary is great.
Yeah, I watched it and I saw his wardrobe, like how he's
his wardrobe,
how it's organized and everything, and I was like, man, I need to throw out some stuff from mine because it was like mess. And
who doesn't want to be like David Beckham, baby?
Yeah, everybody,
come on,
obviously. And hey, I loved him when I was a kid. Like he was my idol. When I was watching this documentary, I realized how much I loved this guy when I was a young guy.
Yeah, I feel you.
And now I remembered all the stuff and when all the games, and it was incredible. So
wait, so stupid, but did you guys ever see Bend It Like Beckham, the movie? I could be so wrong, but in my head it's about like this Indian girl who something happens and she's like this amazing star.
I don't think so.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Continue.
So after this documentary, I wanted to throw out some stuff that I don't wear, and it was a lot of pants, a lot of like pants, yeah, pants,
underwear,
underwear,
or lingerie. I don't know.
Lingerie,
whatever you like.
Lingerie.
Wow, that's a good one.
Yeah,
lingerie.
So I just got the new package. Of underwear.
What's like the oldest pair of underwear you have in your closet then?
I don't know, probably like maybe 3 or 4 years or 5 years old.
Okay, so that's not weird to have a pair of underwear that's like exceptionally old. Right?
How old is exceptionally old?
If it's still good, man, you can use
You have a lucky underwear which you have like since you started. No,
I have a lucky compression shorts. They're blue Lululemon compression shorts.
We talk about it.
The
first episode.
Yeah,
I think so.
Incredible memory. That's incredible.
I'm just listening to you.
Or is it something that you
resonate with me?
Yeah,
you do. You listen to us.
I have a good question for you guys. How easy for you is to buy actually a really good and comfortable underwear? Because I have a huge ass and I'm not a fat guy. So I have to decide if it has to be bigger or so tight that I cannot breathe. You know?
Now you have to stand up and show your ass to the.
Yeah, show your ass. Get up.
It's like Jennifer Lopez.
Get up
you
right
can
now.
imagine.
Show me something. Let me tell you.
He cannot get up because he's stuck.
No, all you got to do is bounce yourself up. First of all, that's such a great problem to have. I wish I had that problem. I wish I had even that thought when it came to buying pants. Do you have that with pants as well, or no? That's like next level. Yeah, underwear. Yeah, that's amazing.
Are you putting in like your pants like
wow? I've always wanted to have I've always wanted to like pull up my underwear or my pants and have my butt be in the way, and I'm like, I can't get it up, and it kind of just jiggles there. That's my dream, you know.
I think this is the topic I wasn't expected when we started our show.
No, me neither. But okay, even though I talked about it in the first episode, that was like a pair of compressions I've had. So that's been like 8 or 9 years, and they have kind of like a hole in the side, but I've just kept them. Anyways, I'm wearing underwear right now. This is crazy to say, but I'm wearing underwear right now that I accidentally took from Ben Patch when I went to visit him a year ago, and it's got a hole in like 2 little holes. I started developing a hole probably from my wide hip structure. But I'm like, I have such a miscellaneous group of underwear where like one, I got some Fear of God underwear that's really nice. I got a pack of that as a gift, but I was like, I can't remember the last time I went to go buy new underwear. And every time I'm like, I don't know, like around like a TK Maxx or something, you know, like some store that sells like, I don't know, Calvin Klein or like some basic underwear. I'm always like, I should get some new underwear, and I never do. And then I'm stuck with the same pair.
So you wanna tell us that you are not throwing out the underwear which has the hole, or it's like some kind of broken, or I don't know.
It has to be a huge hole to throw it out so easily.
So what is the size of the hole after you are throwing out your underwear?
Saying it's embarrassing to admit that I have underwear with holes in it, where it's like, dude, I make a good living. Let's go buy some underwear, you know? Go buy underwear. But it's like some ancient habit or something from like the child who still lives inside of me that's just like something.
Can I ask really quick?
Wait.
Do you want to give back the pants to Ben?
No, that we've passed the point of no return.
If you guys have the underwear company and you want to sponsor us, write us down in the comments.
Right. Or if you want to just send us underwear, we will send you the address. That's amazing.
That's funny. Are you wearing damaged underwear while your girlfriend is here, or no? You are just saving the damaged underwear just for the away,
no.
like you Krobas, for the away games where you don't see your wife and she will not recognize that it's broken.
I keep the best underwear for you guys in the locker room.
Wow.
I'm a
That's
teammate.
so
And I've noticed, by the way,
Uh-huh.
you do have great clean underwear.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And you got Calvin Klein?
Yeah, mostly
Calvin
think.
Klein. Yeah.
And it's usually when I have holes in my underwear, it's because I'm putting my
Thumbs
like somewhere like here on the side
to
take it down.
Oh, yeah.
Or when I put these thumbs, like these fingers, like to take it up, and I like pull too much, too strong, and then, when they are too old, this is the sign like you need to let it go.
Since we're on kind of like a weird subject here,
It's getting risky.
I don't know what has happened in like the last 6 months to a year, but I have caught myself with my fly down. You know, that's a phrase we use, fly, which is the zipper to your pants.
Okay.
We call it the fly is another word for it. I have caught myself like walking into a restaurant from a car or something. Like, I don't know what's happening. Maybe I sit and it goes down or something, and my pants are too tight around the waist. I don't know. But I have just noticed within the last year that like I'm constantly being like, what? Like walking out of the house and forgetting that my fly is down or something.
Do you have this habit to check it like all the time if it's open?
You know how I know is I feel the breeze
It's cold
go
outside.
into my pants, dude. Like I feel the breeze. Like we're so accustomed to like, I don't know, you feel a little wind on your face and everything else covered. And then I feel like a slight gust.
Okay.
Right?
Do you have a phrase for, because we have a special phrase for the way of wearing your pants like without the underwear. That it's like some kind of some special style.
Do. I wonder if we have the same type of phrase.
So it's like that you are like a cab driver, like a taxi driver.
Taxi driver.
No.
Yeah,
That's
because
so
you
good.
are like you are just ready to roll. You know, you don't have to like put out your underwear.
What's the Polish word for it?
Na taksówkarza. You are wearing it like it's like a position in sex actually. Like it's like a cab driver.
Wait, what? This is crazy. What's the position? What's the sex position?
No, it's not the sex position, but it sounds like one because
Okay.
missionary is like na misjonarza.
Yeah, I got you. Okay,
And it's like cab driver. Cab driver.
Our word is commando.
Commando. So,
It's funnier for sure. Why commando?
Taxi driver is so much funnier.
imagine like somebody who was inventing this is like
God.
in USA it's commando. Here it will be like taxi driver.
I mean, this is the best. This is why like traveling in languages and like different cultures is so amazing, dude.
I wonder why. Like why it's so like cool in USA. You go,
I mean,
I'm commando. I'm ready to go, and I'm taxi driver. Right?
Wow, I think I'm just realizing right now. I don't know if I know what commando means. Commando is like
It's not some kind of soldier. Like
On the battlefield. This special
no
special
one.
edition.
Yeah, that's what it is. But it's so
G.I.
funny 'cause
Joe.
In my head, commando just always means naked.
okay.
Like that's what it means. So it
Okay.
says commando, it's naked.
with your gun ready to go.
Yeah. Oh, maybe it's something like that. Some really special play on words. Yeah, that's
Guys,
hilarious.
I really thought we would speak about the cup that we won, but
Yes.
No
we
one
are speaking
cares.
about underwears. Okay, if you don't know, we won the cup, the Challenge Cup.
Yes.
It's the first club trophy that we ever got.
That's right. And I have something mildly controversial that I wanted to bring up
Oh no.
about the cup. Okay. For those of you who don't know, especially you American players or people, no idea, you don't care at all, but we're going to inform you. There are 3 different types of what's the best way to describe this?
Championships.
Like not a range, the importance of the cups.
Okay, I'm
or
going
what?
to try to make this as quick as possible.
Levels
Every country has their own league, let's say.
Yeah.
And then there are 3, let's say, leagues within the league. Just like soccer, there's like a Champions League. So for us, there's Champions League, there's CEV, Sev Cup, and then there's Challenge Cup.
Like in football, you have Champions League in Europe, Champions League, UEFA Cup, and
Conference Cup.
Conference Cup.
Yeah. I mean, if I'm basically speaking to Americans, they're definitely not going to know soccer.
And we are speaking to Europeans. Okay,
Yeah.
whatever.
No, I love it. We'll both translate to
Yeah.
our native people.
So
And so basically, we won the Challenge Cup and we had to travel to, God, this is like, I just realized I don't want to spend so much time probably describing it. Anyways, Challenge Cup is basically like the 3rd place team in most different countries. Is that correct? Like basically, it really depends on the strength of the leagues. But so in Poland, it's like top 2 teams go to Champions League, 3 teams, same with Italy. And then, for example, like Germany's best team or 2 best teams go Champions League. They have Friedrichshafen.
I think
also.
2.
Okay, but like Belgium, just their best team goes to Champions
Probably.
League. Portugal, just their best team goes.
Yeah.
Okay. And the 3rd place team, like let's say in Portugal or in Finland or whatever, goes to Sev Cup usually. Like there's rankings.
Yeah.
I'm doing a very bad job at this. I'm doing my best though, you know.
Probably. Yeah.
You want to explain something that you really don't understand, bro.
Yes. Well, the point I was trying to make is the road to getting to the Sev Cup final was more or less pretty easy for a team like us because we are a damn good team. And a lot of the teams we had to play were lower level, lower league teams. No discrediting anyone else, but that's the facts of like how it's set up. So realistically, like we were absolutely favored to be in the finals. And Monza, absolutely favored to be in the finals. There was that Turkish team that's probably pretty good.
Yeah, which they played in semis, and also I think they played Greek team in
That's
quarterfinal.
true. Yeah. But in theory, like our teams were set up to be in the finals. And someone wrote me, and I won't say who, but someone wrote me and was like,
Someone we know.
I will say nothing more.
Okay.
Someone wrote me and was like, man, I see everyone like freaking out. Like I see so many posts with like guys holding, kissing the cup. Like everyone's like so excited for the cup. He's like, but dude, that was like, are you that in some way being like, it wasn't that big of a deal. And I thought that was really interesting because in my mind, I was like, this is damn honest truth. In my mind, it's like, yeah, I mean, we knew we were going to make it to the finals and it doesn't take away from like beating Monza. They were a damn good team and we just played better. We were for sure the better team in the finals. But in some way, it's like we won a cup because we beat Monza twice. And someone was like, so you're that like you're that excited? Like you guys have played in for your national teams, you've played in like big for Polish league, for Polish cup, things that like someone would say are much tougher to like, and you should be so proud to make it in the finals. And I thought it was really interesting and really intriguing. Like, oh wow, in some way, like you should be more stoked, more happy if you win a Polish cup final or a Polish league final as compared to a challenge cup. And I wanted to ask you what your thoughts were because specifically, I know this one meant a lot to you and it showed you were so excited. And I wanted to know like, yeah, I don't know. I just thought that when they said that, I found it really interesting and I wanted to say that to you and now hear your answer.
It's funny.
Yeah,
It's funny because we spoke about it like on our way here.
What?
Yeah, because it's really big in Polish media right now that we won. Like we were everywhere. Like in every sport news, in every, like you saw, the lady who welcomed us was the vice president.
It was a news reporter who came
vice
and saw us.
president.
Not news reporter, vice president.
Vice president of Warsaw. with our fan club, and it was like all over the news that we won. And like my opinion is that if it is so easy to win the cups like this, this means like Polish teams should win it like every year, or Italian teams should win it like every year. And this is only second time Polish team wins this cup. Few times the teams were resigning, like they were like
they didn't want
to play the cup because there are mostly costs for the club to travel around the.
And
around
do you think because
Europe.
the club's like it's also not that big of a deal? Like if they had the opportunity to go in Champions League, for example.
Because if you win Champions League, you get €500,000 right now, and if you win this cup, you get €50,000, and probably the money that the club has to pay, like for traveling 5 times for the different levels of the cup to play the games, is probably much more money than this. But I think it's prestigious still. Like the ceremony which we had, like you get like the golden medal we got. The cup is also beautiful. Like it's not like normal cup for me. I think I felt when I was there, like getting this cup, I felt it's something important. Like for volleyball, these medals look pretty the same like the medals from Champions League, like with different words written there, but they're pretty the same. And I also think that most of the Polish teams would not pass 2 teams that we like 2 moments that we played. For sure, France, the away game.
It was so
most
hard.
of the Polish team would have the problem to go through this level, this day beating the French team. Also, I think the Bucharest game, like you have to play really good to start the game good, because they started good playing their home game, and it was difficult. And yeah, of course, final is different story. You play against the different national team players, like really well-known players around the world. So I don't think it's just a final, because I lost many times with the clubs in Europe. There are not so, like we were favorite to win, and we were losing the games because the hall is difficult. You play after travel.
You're always at a disadvantage when you're supposed to win.
Yeah. So it's difficult. Like you saw even in semi-final of CEF Cup when Izmir lost to Lüneburg, like in golden set, they shouldn't, and they lost. They should be in the final, and Resovia is playing against Lüneburg, so team which shouldn't be there. And because this is like the different volleyball sometimes. It doesn't mean that if you play the teams which no one knows, or the players that are not well known in Europe, it doesn't mean that they are bad players or easy to beat. And probably they will be they will have the big names in few years, because they need to start somewhere. They need to show their skills somewhere, and this is the only way for them to play against Polish team and to be in Polish TV. So Polish presidents of the clubs see them playing. So usually they are like really motivated and playing their best games. And if you think that you will win easily, many times you lose because you are not so focused and blah blah blah. So I really think for me it's like a big deal, and only 4 teams in history of Polish volleyball won any cups in Europe. Like Champions League is only for Zaksa 3 times in a row, last 3 seasons, and Płomień Milowice like 50 years ago. And Challenge Cup, us, and Częstochowa 2012.
A CEF Cup?
Never.
Wow.
So probably Resovia, I hope. We have interesting situation now. 3 Polish teams can win the 3 trophies in Europe. We started, now we have Resovia with Lüneburg in final of CEF, and Jastrzębski in semi-final of
Polish
Champions
powerhouse,
League.
baby. Yeah.
Polish power. So for me, it's a big deal to win this.
Yeah.
And it was my dream always to win anything in Europe. I lost one time the bronze medal game in Champions League in Berlin, 3-2, 23-21 in tiebreak. So yeah, it was my dream, and I was like really emotional when we won, and it was like my dream to hold the cup.
Yeah, it's just like, if I'm being totally honest, it was like really humbling for me to see how you specifically reacted to winning, because I think a part of like specifically for me and my ego was like, first of all, for me, I didn't play because I was dealing with an injury. So it kind of felt like I didn't do anything, you know? And then the second part was like, and like, if you just soft pitched me the question of like, who do you think is going to win? I was like, yeah, we're set to win Challenge Cup. And it completely discredits all of the time that we put into it, all the energy, playing within a season already. Like so many games we had to play tired. We're already at a disadvantage. Like you said, the game in France, Bucharest, and then even against Monza, like we played fantastic that last match in their house. Like it's not easy to do.
And they are a good team. They're winning
really
with
good team,
great
dude.
teams in Italy.
And I guess the point for me was, it was such a reminder for me to just like take pride in something regardless of like what my peers might think, you know, because in my head I'm like, it's not that cool. Like if I won Champions League, like in my mind, winning Champions League is like so cool. Winning Challenge Cup on the team we're on with the players we have is like, that's expected. And it completely sucks. All of the, it's in some way, it was like disrespectful to myself. Like I should respect myself and my time enough to be like, do you know how many hours we had to put into traveling to countries that like maybe we have nothing really to do here, but just play this one game that like we should probably win. Like all of the energy and effort that goes into it, it's like I completely discredit that, even not playing.
Man, you got injured on the game in Challenge Cup.
That's
in
true.
Bucharest.
That's right. And I don't know. I guess I just wanted to say that because I like, this is what I love about you as a friend and a teammate. It's like you do a really good job of just like authentically being yourself and allowing yourself to celebrate wins. For you, it's a big deal. Like it literally made me think, I was like, wow, when this person had sent it to me, I was thinking about you. And I was like, imagine all the time he had to spend away from his family. And like you said in last episode, your daughter's changing like every hour. You know, you get to all those moments and how much they mean to you and how much of that you sacrifice to go win a cup that maybe some people will say like, it's not that big of a deal. Like, yeah, you guys should have won. You're such a good team, you know? But to you personally, you're like, no one knows my circumstances. I'm so proud of myself. And I appreciate you. I mean, this is a moment of gratitude. I appreciate you being you because it really inspired me to be like, Taylor, don't forget that, like, who cares if, like, some people aren't going to think it's so cool? Like, I also sacrifice coming halfway across the world to be in a country I don't speak the fucking language, and none of my friends are here. I'm lucky to make friends here. And just to do the one thing I love. You know, it was, like, such a great reminder of me to, like, be proud of the things that you're putting your time and your energy into. You know?
Can you tell me what was your answer to this person? And did he or she want some kind of medal?
The person. Dude, please don't pressure me anymore. I don't remember who they are.
But what was your answer?
They're a winner in a lot of ways.
Yeah, because my reaction, my emotional reaction, because I was crying like crazy, like after second set, and I think this is just a combination of so many things, like so many emotions, and for sure, if I have like plenty of trophies, like Champions League finals, and I'm in the national team, captain, holding the cups many times, and then we win this Challenge Cup 2 days ago or 3 days ago, my reaction would be different, probably, I think, if I have many moments like this. But because my career is like so difficult also from the like health perspective, and what happened to me like last season when I really thought that I wouldn't play volleyball the next season, the season now I'm playing. And I was scared that never again I can be on the court playing for something, like for any trophy. And when I was starting like being a captain here in my hometown in Warsaw, my dream always was to raise the cup, you know, like in front of the team, because Polish team never won like any, like, okay, different Warsaw teams won some cups before, like I think many years ago, but not in Europe, never. So Warsaw team won for the first time, and I was the captain. And like I told this to you before the game, like when I had this short speech, like so many times I was watching on my couch in front of TV, like some teams playing for any cups, and dreaming about one day that I will play and I will have some influence on the team that is playing for the cup. And to have this moment, to stand on this podium as a captain, to take the cup and to raise the cup for my hometown so many times. And I don't care if it's like third category cup, and probably most of the players that won world championship, or I won also the world champions. I'm a world champion 2014, but still, like there are many guys who won everything in Europe, in the world, in Olympic games, and I can understand this perspective that for them it's the third category, and no one, like in the world of volleyball, like globally, probably no one knows. Maybe in Europe, like some guys who are interested in, and the teams who played, and in Poland, people of course they know because it was all over the news. But for me, it is huge thing, and I'm so like thankful that I could come back to play volleyball, and I could be in good health to play this game and this all tournament, all 10 games, and to raise the cup. So it's the memory that will stay with me for all my life, and that's why I was celebrating. That's why my whole family came there to be there with me, because I knew that probably maybe it's the last time that I have a chance to win it, and they never saw me like holding the cup. So I know also for my mother, for my daughter, for my wife, it was important. For my brother who came from London also just to see the game. So it was a big thing for all my family also.
Dude, I mean, this just highlights like how fucking cool it is to play in Poland. Like even you saying like, you know, Warsaw's your hometown and you get to bring a cup to your hometown. Like it's just so cool. It just reminds me of like, yeah, how cool it would be to get to play where you're from. You know, like I felt that when for my high school, I went to a small public school. My freshman year there, we were the worst team in school history, kind of similar to my college experience. But and then my senior year, we won like the regional championship. The first time a public school, we beat the private school who has all the good players. Like we beat them and we won. It was a huge deal. The Bruin dream. And I just remember feeling like, wow, this is so cool. Like the first, it's called CCS, like Central Coast Section Championship, like regional championship. Like the first one that the school had ever won. Like it was such a big deal. And yeah, I don't know. Sorry, it's just sometimes I get like lost in and I hear your guys' story and how much you care, and it's just like such a reminder for me, because I'm always thinking like, you know, talking to American kids, like no one gives a shit. No one would care. And it's such a weird feeling when you go home. Like I'll never forget winning the French championship when I played in Cannes. Literally the next morning I had to go home. I flew home at like 6 a.m. So we win, we party. And I was drunk, like trying to get home basically, but like we have a blast. And then I leave at 6 a.m. I get home and I'm just like, wow, I just had this experience where like when you win something, it feels good, dude. When everyone, like the city of Cannes, like all the people who came, like everyone's like, congratulations. And that's when you feel like, oh, all those hours of like being tired, all those days of knee pain, like a little bit of knee pain every day, Kropis, you know what I'm talking about, dude? Like all those little things, it's like, wow, this is what it was for. It's for like, to just enjoy this moment of like, we did something amazing. And I remember flying home, and right when I landed, it was just like,
nobody cares.
I just pictured like me standing in the street and just cars and people going by and being like, oh yeah, no one gives a shit. Keep living your life. Like no one cares. And so in some way it like numbed me to the excitement it feels when you do something amazing and you get to enjoy. Now you get to come home and like you're in your hometown. I'm sure people are sending you messages like crazy, like congratulations, congratulations.
On the streets, on the fitness, like on the airport, like people were coming to us and like congratulating us, and yeah, it was.
Yeah,
nice.
But I guess the point I'm making too is like, but that's what's. I just think it's so amazing that we're two teammates having completely different experiences with what's going on. You know, I just think it's fascinating.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Okay.
Wow, that was a lot, dude. Every time we do this podcast, I'm just like, I love this so much. Do you guys love this? I love this so much, dude. Honestly.
Yeah, I love that we have this space, you know, to tell everything what we think.
It's so great.
Yeah, and most of the times it's always going in some direction that I didn't expect, like before we.
Where else are you gonna learn about, you know, underwear and when you should buy it?
Yeah, this is even more surprising than the cup.
Okay, let me explain a little new segment. Hello and welcome to a new Volley Hotline segment,
which is called.
Which is, I don't know yet. Let me just describe it. Okay, we keep looking for fun ways to like make this something that unites the community of volleyball. So we know all the best players. Like we're constantly trying to get perspectives from parents, some coaches, players. And I was like, why don't we start to reach out to players that we know and ask them, like, what are they struggling with, as a way to connect. I mean, we talk about what we're struggling with all the time, but just show that, like, we're all kind of dealing with the same shit in different paths, let's say. So I reached out to Thomas Jeschke and asked him, what are you struggling with? And he sent a response.
Thomas is playing where right now?
He is in Japan. Panasonic? God, I should know. I hope it's
think
Panasonic.
he went on the place of Michał Kubiak instead of him.
Okay. Yeah, that's
You're
right. Yeah, let's not go there.
Teammate in China. Okay, let's hear the message from Thomas.
Yeah, man, I'd be happy to throw something in for your podcast. Kind of what I'm dealing with right now is a little shoulder injury that is like minor in the sense that it shouldn't keep me out too long, but it is keeping me out a little longer than expected. And when we're overseas, I feel like, and in America too, like I struggle separating myself from the volleyball player and separating my happiness from the volleyball player. And like when you're injured and you go to the gym every day and you try and you're in pain and you're struggling and you can't play the way you want, you can't compete. For me, it feels like a big piece of me is taken away. And I think I struggle in that I allow that to bleed into other parts of my life. Like I'm just not as happy as a person, and I maybe treat people not bad, but not as nice as I should, because I don't have that like emotional capacity, because my frustration is built up in my head. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm dealing with right now. I would say is just being happy when volleyball, it's not even going bad, right? Like my team's playing well, I've been playing well, but I've just been struggling with this shoulder injury and trying to get through it and feel kind of whole again. So yeah, and I don't have any answers, man. Like I try. Brittany is here with me, and I've like apologized to her multiple times, being like, hey, I'm sorry, I'm having a bad attitude lately. Like I'm trying, but I'm struggling, and luckily she's a trooper. But yeah, man, that's kind of what I'm going through right now.
Dude, first of all, like, Thomas sent me that video, and I was like, are you sure I can use this? Like, dude, Thomas, I love you, dude. The more I build a relationship with that guy, it's like so cool to see like what a genuinely like good person he is. I love him so much, really. And that was like such an honest answer, like more than I would have expected for the first guy I reach out to about like, yo, what are you struggling with?
Yeah, so does the things that you feel like on the court and what happens around volleyball have an influence on your private life, or you can separate these two things?
Wow. I mean, dude, that is such a great question. I really would love, I feel like I've talked a lot in recent podcasts about like my own personal journey with self-discovery and like all sorts of different things. I really want to know, and I'll be happy to answer it as well, but I would love to know from you guys, like, how do you feel about
So I have an example from like 2 days ago, or like before the final, because as I said, my family came to Monza, and they came to the hotel, and they were eating lunch. We were eating lunch. They were eating lunch because I ate with the team, and after I went for the coffee to see them, and there was my mom, my wife, my daughter, and my brother, and we are sitting, and I didn't see them like for 2 days, but I didn't see my brother like since Christmas, I think, so 2 months. And they are there, and we have the final like in few hours, and my mind is not there with them. Like I'm there, but I'm sitting like, and my wife is like, "Are you okay? You're just focused, or what?" You're thinking, and I'm thinking about the game. Like I cannot stop thinking about. I cannot like be
in the present moment.
Like joking there. Like I'm happy they are there. I love them. It's so good to see them. Like to see my brother there. And like to play with my kid, but like the bigger part of me is like on the game, like thinking about the tactics, like the actions, that like visualizing something that I can do on the court, like wondering like how this guy will play, how the setter will like start the game because last game he played like this, and my mind is on the game, and I'm the kind of guy who cannot separate the work, so our volleyball life from the private life. When I'm losing, but I also on the other hand, I told you that after the game, when I'm losing right now, like before when I was single, it was like I was struggling so much, like thinking about what I could do better, like rewinding the game in my mind, and I was so sad, like thinking about what to do. And right now, when I'm passing the door of my home and my daughter starts to like scream to me to play or to some puzzles or read some books, I just cannot keep on thinking about volleyball. I have some other stuff to do, and immediately I start to smile and I play with her, and it's much easier for me. But still, like somewhere in my mind, I'm struggling about the game and thinking about something. So I'm not that present in my private life because so many things in volleyball are taking
So
part.
if you had like, let's say let's just talk about a normal week,
Yeah.
and you have a bad practice on a Tuesday, you go home from that practice, you played really bad, maybe you're tired or sore. How much of that do you carry into when you get home, you think, honestly?
I think nowadays not so much like about the practice, because practice is okay, it's important, but I'm more about like the games and the results of the games and how I performed on the game. But the practice, I know that it can be like it's just the road to the game, and I know that my form like during the practice can be much lower than because I did huge weights or different fitness. I can struggle with my legs and whatever. Like I know that I cannot be perfect on the practice, so I'm not so sad after not so good practice. Like I have to try. I try to get some positive things from the practice.
Okay, so what he was talking about was how much of his identity, who he is as a person, is wrapped up in volleyball. And I think it's fascinating because, as all of us know, a huge piece of who we identify with is us as volleyball players.
And I don't remember myself before volleyball. I don't remember the kid who was not playing volleyball. How was my mind and how it was. I was 10 years old when I started, so it's like 25 years right now. I don't remember how I was when I was like 8. Okay, I remember I was practicing for 1 year. I was a swimmer, but I don't remember so much of me. Like I cannot imagine life without volleyball. I don't remember this life.
It's so crazy, isn't it crazy?
Yeah,
Like
it's crazy.
It's fucking crazy, dude. I think about that all the time. Like, and then imagine like now when I see players who are done and like stopped playing volleyball, and maybe they had the same story, they were playing for like, I don't know, 20, 30 years. I often think like, wow, dude. And just like that, like you come in and you're out, and then who are you?
And imagine like, somebody would told you like when you go on your first practice of volleyball in primary school, or I don't know when you started probably primary school, yeah, or high school, or and imagine if somebody told you like, okay, you liked it, you will do it, you will do it like for 20 more years every day. Like what would be your reaction? Like this will be your work. Like you will earn money from this. You will travel around the world. Like 90% of the people you meet in your life would be because of this, that you just finished your first practice of volleyball. What do you think about it?
Yeah, I mean, I would have been so excited, first of all.
Yeah, like this would be creepy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, how do you know? Okay, of course, like no situation can happen like this, but I will be shocked like that this is even possible, that my life can change so much because of one decision to go on this first practice.
But you know what's so interesting? As my career slowly comes to a close here soon, we don't know exactly when, but soon, I've been thinking about like what do I really want to take? Because I just described it to someone where I feel like for the past, I don't know, however many, couple years especially, like this is my journey with volleyball, let's say. It was, I love this so much, this is all I want to do. Then I go to college, all I want to do. Then I go to first year pro. Still,
hate it.
No, I loved it and like wasn't getting paid shit. So to me, it wasn't about money. It wasn't about, I was just like, I love this so much. I want to see how good I can get. I just kept going. And then I finally hit a point where it's like, okay, I feel like in my heart, I've proven myself on big stages. And now, like, what am I still doing? In some way, I started to feel like in the last 2 or 3 years of like, okay, I've been doing this for 8 years now, 9 years now. Like, what am I really trying to do? And in some way, I felt like volleyball was like if I'm volleyball, it had like a chain, and then I'm behind it, and I was like, all right, I'll just keep holding on, because it's like, this is all I know, and I'll just keep holding on. And I feel like, and that's probably why now in my own personal life, I'm starting to like dive so much. I feel so compelled to be like, who are you outside? Who is the core of you? And for the first time, I'm like confronting that. And my new, I'm saying this out loud, I hope this is like my goal now in volleyball, is like, for a long time, volleyball was like, I feel like it's been, not for a long time, it's been dragging me around. As much as I love it, there's no doubt I still love it. I'm not.
And you have no control. You have some control. You are choosing the clubs.
But like, to me, it's like, okay, if I know that at some point it's just going to end, then it's not like, oh, I want to win Champions League, or I want to win this thing. Like, we know that doesn't mean shit, because in 10 years it's not going to mean anything. What do I really want to like get out of this experience still, other than it being a job and it pays the bills and I love what I do and I get to travel, and like those things are great. And I was like, what I would love to do is how hard it is to not let your identity get trapped into what you do. How hard it is not to lose a game and carry that with you at dinner and maybe the next morning and maybe a week from now. How hard it is to not get injured and not just like sulk in it and like feel bad and carry that with you. Now your partner feels that, because you're like that. My goal now is, can I conquer volleyball? And rather now it's, I'm here and volleyball is.
So you are carrying
I'm
volleyball
using
behind
volleyball, being like, you're going to teach me how to edit video. You're going to teach me how to do a podcast. You're going to teach me how to manage my emotions, like all of these different things. And rather than feeling like I'm Taylor, the volleyball player, it's, wow, how lucky it is that volleyball is the lane in which I learned about me, like the core of who I am.
It's some kind of trampoline. You have this word of English, like the...
Trampoline's a little...
Yeah, the volleyball is a trampoline to some other stuff. You can jump from it. You start from this, but you can go to so many different things, like to teach kids, like to be inspiration for many, like because you are doing classes online, yeah, for kids and coaches, and yeah, we are doing podcast. We can do so many stuff around volleyball. But what if somebody comes and tells you like, okay, you're now living like completely without volleyball. We're cutting the volleyball out of your life. You cannot use volleyball to anything you do in your life.
Right.
Anything combined anyway, like even for the smallest part, it cannot be combined with volleyball. What is the first thing you would try to do?
I told you, I want to, dude, honestly, I think about this a lot as of lately. Like, I would love to just
start to do furniture.
Yeah, I want to learn to do shit. I want to do some craft, because what I think volleyball really has taught us is like, we can do anything. Like, if we really love something, we can do anything. Mm-hmm. We know so well how to work hard at something. Yeah. And when I don't think we give ourselves enough credit, I definitely don't give myself enough credit for that. Like, how much actual work it took. And I don't credit myself because I'm like, well, I just loved it, and how fortunate for me to just like do the thing I get to love. But what I don't give myself credit for is like, and I work so hard. You know how long we do weight sessions? Like, I've been doing that for half my life, you know, coming in the gym when I don't want to, and finding ways to get something beneficial for my job out of it, or for the sport, or to find ways to get 1% better at being a middle blocker, asking other middles what they think, like trying to find ways to get a little bit better every day. Is a lot of effort and energy. There's so much sacrifice.
Yeah,
you know?
so much work for sometimes only one or none. These shine moments, like the cup last time. Like, I'm thinking also about this when I'm there. Like, when I'm holding this cup, when I see the cup that people are coming to give me and to the team this cup, I'm thinking like, I suffered so much. Like, it was so much pain. So many like visits to the doctor, like hospitals, trying to heal my injuries. Every morning fitness session I was struggling, and I don't know, all these travels and everything. So we are like, sometimes I feel we are invincible. Like, we can do everything. Like, it's so hard to break us, you know. And I don't understand people like quitting so fast when they struggle with something and they are doing so many different stuff in their lives and they are quitting after like first defeat or first failure or whatever. And I cannot, because of how my life looked like before and how it was like the road to the moment I'm right now. So many difficult moments. I cannot like understand how people can quit so fast, because I didn't quit for 25 years and I could like quit so many times.
I want to say something like a little, not off track, but I think if there's one thing I could hope for like future volleyball players, future athletes, I wish that we had more programs in place to help athletes further discover who they are and their identity outside of volleyball. Because I think, to your point, when you have a family, it becomes a lot easier. You have someone to love other than yourself. You're like giving back, and that's why giving back is so important. You know, it's like when we do these podcasts and someone says like, I love your show, whatever. It's like, oh yeah, that's why I show up at 8:00 when maybe I'd rather just like start packing for our trip tomorrow and like go take a bath and like, you know, like.
Yeah, but also on the other hand, like we can think, okay, we are like preparing this stuff and recording this and sacrificing our private lives, and still like there is like 1,000 people who is watching us, or 1,000 views. It can mean it's like 500 people watching this 2 times. I don't know, but
which, by the way, it's crazy, dude. Our numbers aren't blowing through the roof.
It's so cool, yeah. But still, if you see that like every episode is getting like with lower views, so for me personally, it's like, okay, let's keep it going. Like maybe like, because this is the internet also, like it works like this. You have to do something like every week, try it every week, like keep on going, and maybe one video or 2 videos will explode and it will get the bigger audience for you, and then your show will spread out around the world. And this is like what we want, because we think this is so cool. I think like I can do it, like even if it's just us. And we spoke about it, like we can even meet and speak about it and record it and put it. If somebody would like to watch it, okay. If not, I feel like I'm learning so much stuff here, and I'm a better person, a better volleyball player here, because listening to you guys, because you are smart guys, you are experienced guys, and like with these questions of people that we get, and there are like a lot of questions we got, and answering these questions, it's some kind of therapy for me also, because I need to answer myself really,
because we all have the same problems.
Yeah, really difficult questions. So this is like so inspiring for me, but still sometimes it's very hard, you know, to sacrifice your time to do this stuff.
And do you think that after finishing your volleyball career, is it possible for you guys to love something else the same way like you loved volleyball before?
I mean, that's a fantastic question. I mean, you probably are experiencing that now. I can imagine you love your daughter more than volleyball.
But I don't mean family.
Sure. But some other hobby, like passion. We didn't speak about it like last time. I think it's the same like with the like you fell in love differently when you are young and it's your like first love, and you fell in love differently when you are like experienced guy, like 35 years old, 40. It's like when you see something for the first time, it's different love, in my opinion. Like you cannot be so madly in love when you are 35 and know some others, like you learn some new stuff. Then you cannot compare it to the things that you start to do when you are a kid, and I think it's different passion and different love. Maybe I will be surprised, and something I start to do after volleyball will get me so much in love that I will go crazy, like with the volleyball for the rest of my life. I just think it's difficult.
Hopefully we will love our Bitcoin positions.
Keep it going to the moon, baby.
To the moon.
Dude, I think it's so... like that's so it's such an interesting thing, right? Like on one hand, I fucking hope so. I hope I find something that gives me that same joy, and at the same time, like I wonder if that's like our trauma as athletes. You know, is that like we were lucky enough to find something so early and get to do it for you know how little amount of people get to do that, like do the thing that they fell in love with as a kid for a living, for a job.
Because I cannot imagine you living the life and not loving something and doing it as a job, you know?
Yeah.
It's impossible for me.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
for
me
sure
too.
For you too.
Yeah, 100%. And I think that's given me a lot of anxiety in the past, especially, you know, and to this day, even I'm learning to make peace with it, because there might be the reality that like you said, like maybe not. And can we still find a way to like have some peace with being like, we're getting older, and yeah, maybe we don't have the same thing we love, but we find other things that we really enjoy. I don't know about you, but I'm finally reaching a point where like, I'm actually really excited to see what else I'm made of. Because I think it's going to be a huge deal to like, I think for so long I was like, I'm not just a volleyball player. I don't care as much as you. Here's the honest truth. Like I don't allow myself to or whatever, but like, I don't care as much as you. It means so much more to you than it does to me. I still love it, you know, but like, and so it's really, I've always kind of separated. Like, I don't
Man, I just lost it like last year. So I already in my mind, I was like, for me, it was almost a goodbye.
This is all bonus.
Yeah, now no, really,
Yeah.
I treat it as a bonus. Like I treat every day that I can play 6 against 6, because last season I was watching, like half of the season I was watching the guys playing and just coming to physio, like Srečko and Peter, and I was coming to physio and watching the guys, watching the games, speaking just with Kropas before the game, during the game, like what maybe I can give him some advice, because I cannot do nothing on the court. And I was like, oh man, I would not play ever like again on the pro level. And after I like worked so hard to get back, and yeah, for me every day is like Christmas with volleyball. I'm so happy I can, like I changed completely my mind on the practice. Like I'm so happy to be there and to play the games, and I'm enjoying every game. And probably this is also why I have, in my opinion, good season, like comparing to what I've played like last years, because my mind thinks differently. Like I'm enjoying that I'm there more, because before I was like,
You feel like you put less
so
pressure
hard.
on yourself
Yeah,
too.
I think so.
Isn't that a motherfucker, dude?
Yeah.
Like there's like such an advantage to finding a way to not put so much pressure on yourself.
Just to care less.
Yeah, and I want to get into that, but we should answer another. I want to answer someone's. We had some good questions. We should answer a question. I'm sure we'll answer that at some point. You know.
Yeah, we have a question from Anya Kokot.
Hi Taylor, thank you for opportunity to ask you direct questions. I would like to know if you play with people who are not professional players. If yes, what do you feel when you play with them? Frustrated? Satisfied? Maybe something other? So yeah, thanks and see you.
Okay, I think that question is so amazing. Like I love that, and I think about, I don't know about you guys, but like playing beach volleyball, that's the only time. First of all, she said when we play with people who aren't pros, and I'm like, when was the last time I just like played for fun? It was actually this summer in Santa Monica. I played some beach volleyball with just like some of my brother's music friends, and I was obviously the only professional player there. And dude, volleyball's tough when you play with people who don't know how to play volleyball.
And you are not enjoying so much, like when you just serve and there is nothing happening.
Well, it's weird because like also when you're playing with people who don't play volleyball all the time, or maybe even they're like, you know, they're weekend warriors, they just play on the weekend, but they're not that, maybe they can pass a little bit, little things, but they're not like crushing balls or anything, not bouncing balls. Or it's weird for me because I'm like, I don't know how to act right now. Like if everyone knows I'm a professional, so it's like if someone serves it and I like pass it bad or something, it's like, you know, oh, look at this guy. But if I do something too good, then it's like, oh, and it's all in my own head, right? Like odds are that they are just like it's like when I do clinics, like kids just want to see me bounce a ball, or you know, it's like, I'm sure it's the same. They want to see me just go off, but I'll never allow myself to do it because I'm like, well, be humble, you know, don't be a dick about it. Right. I don't know how to act, is to answer your question. I don't know how to act.
Right now, when I'm like so old player, I have an excuse that now I'm scary to make some injury, to have some injury, like because I can sleep on the grass or on the sand, or you can like hit me or whatever. Like I cannot. I have this in my contract. I cannot play volleyball outside of my club, or I'm just saying like. Because last time I had this summer I had this situation that like we went on the birthday of our friend's kids, and there was like they had a big garden and with the volleyball court on the grass, and there was some some playground for kids also. I was with my daughter, my wife, and they are playing volleyball, and some of them like they know a little bit how to play, but still like they're not professionals, and they're like, Andrzej, come to play, and I'm like, it's weekend. What if I ask you to do your job right now, like in the garden?
Oh,
like,
yeah.
because that's my job, you know, and it's weekend. Why? I'm not working during weekends. Like,
and did you play or
they're
no?
like, oh, okay, whatever. No, you are a doctor, okay? Check my I don't know heart rate or whatever. Like, if everything is okay. So yeah.
But I'll say
no, I didn't play.
I have a really bad story because my parents live close to the sea, and during the summer I go there, you know, to spend some 2 weeks
you
vacation.
play on the beach.
Usually, but in this village that they live, there is a court on the grass. And during the summer, there is obviously a lot of tourists, some random guys, and they were playing volleyball at that place. And some of the guys which are living in this village just call me and, hey, Kuba, play with us. And I was like, okay, you know, we don't know each other so well, so it's a good opportunity to, you know, to talk a little bit. Yeah. And they knew that I play, but there was also a lot of random people, and they were a bit excited and just, okay, smash it. And I was, oh, no, I'm too shy. I just want to touch the ball a few times.
Yeah.
No, just go for it, smash it. And I'm like, okay, one time. I will serve one time. And on the other side of the net, there was a girl. And you know how you do it. It's just like, you control the ball, but not 100%, right?
Kakalak time.
No. I go for a spin, and I broke her arm, you know. It was the first day that she came to the Polish Sea, like first day of her
What do you mean
vacation.
broke? Like a bone?
She wanted to receive, and
Like-
the ball hit the bagger, like arm, and she felt pain, and after 2 hours she came back with the, how we call this, you know.
No.
Yeah,
But
I
you
swear.
broke
way.
a bone?
Yes, I swear.
No
She had broken-
You are
I
way.
swear.
so strong.
I swear, I'm not lying. You can trust me on this one. And I broke her arm, and she went home, you know.
Are you serious?
Yeah,
Dude, this
yeah,
is
I
this
swear.
is a volleyball history moment.
I swear. I don't know this girl
Wow.
because I would, you know, try to record the video that she would admit that it's true, but I swear. I
Guys,
did it.
if you are
And I'm not proud of myself.
the amateur like fans of volleyball who played some time with any pros and you have some funny stories, like please write us in the comments. This would be like really
Great
fun
idea.
to
Who,
read it.
I want to know who thinks they can top that story. That is the
Yeah.
most unbelievable thing I've
And
ever heard.
I just want to finish the story that I never played again with random people.
And also,
Sorry you for life.
also write with which pro did you play? Like who was playing with you? And if you have this story, like tell us.
Dude, that is so crazy. It's so funny because in my mind, like the coolest thing, not that that's not cool. He didn't mean to.
So cool.
But I was just thinking of like, what's the craziest thing that can happen? Like hitting someone in the face, like a stranger, is what I'm always scared about. Like I'm going to hit the ball too hard,
Especially
hit someone in
girl.
the face. Girl, guy, whatever. Like hitting a stranger in the face, like would suck. The other one is like, I always had dreams that like I would hit the ball so hard it would like explode or something. You know, I thought that would be cool. Like just
You're
what are
watching
crazy
too
things.
many Japanese cartoons.
Yeah, probably. But dude, the idea that you can serve a ball, was it like a hard plastic ball?
Yeah, it was some
The worst
cheap
balls.
one.
Yeah, some shitty cheap ball.
For sure, it was not Mikasa or Molten. Like,
Yes. Wow, dude. And you hit it so hard.
My brother was there, so I don't expect him to make some video, but I will ask, and we'll have a
Confirmation.
Yeah.
All right, good. I want that confirmation. I believe you. I mean,
Video and the hand is flying, like the bone is flying.
dude, that's the craziest volleyball story I've ever heard.
I swear.
Wow. Because I was gonna say, just to like also answer her question again, like I think about when we have injuries, for example, and a young kid comes to play with us. I've had it before where like the young kid comes and like he like goes under the net a little more because they just don't have as much control of their body and stuff. And I won't say what had happened, but recently we had someone go, and in a bagger game, I saw one of our players ran into him and was just like, dude, what the?
It was today.
It was today. But I was like, damn, I know that's the scary part of like when you play with high level professional, there are these like small little details of like going under the net, those things that make a huge deal that when you're 16, younger even, 16, 17, 18, 14, you don't have as much control to know and have enough like peripheral vision awareness to know like how to land, how to move, to not cause injury or to land on someone, or like, I mean, that's why that stuff rarely happens, I feel like, as professionals. But at the younger age, you see guys land on each other all the time. It still happens, but
we have too much to lose, like to risk.
Yeah, and so it's weird, right? Where it's like this kid is like having probably the greatest moment of his life. He gets to play with all these pros, and at the same time, it's like, oh my God, don't fuck anyone up. You know, like, don't hurt anyone, because what a strange thing, dude.
So what's the answer for the question?
What question?
Dude,
we don't play volleyball outside
that's
of the pro
answer,
court.
yeah.
We try not to play.
And I will say, like, to broadly answer it, I think volleyball is a little different than like basketball. Like if we were in professional basketball players and we went to the park, we could just shoot hoops.
Yeah.
You can play basketball at level 1 when you're a level 10 basketball player.
You don't even have to warm up. You just take the ball and you throw.
Exactly. Just chill, and you don't need to dunk on it. You can just kind of like do funny things. You're so in control. Volleyball, first of all, is so reliant on like other people. Like even if you wanted to, like, let's say, show off a little bit, and you're the only one who really knows how to play. Yeah. Like the idea that someone else could pass a ball and then set you like a good enough ball for you, it's
spike,
like it's already 1 in a million. You know, it's like,
yeah. But even if I want to spike like from my own toss, if I want to spike like strong to show like how good am I have to like warm up 30 minutes, not to break anything in my body right now.
That's also true. I don't have the same.
And usually we don't have so much time to see such a performance. Okay,
that's true.
1 hour 3 minutes. Let's finish this episode. We have so many good questions for the next episodes. I cannot wait.
Yeah. Hopefully the next time we talk, we'll have
second cup,
a second cup to be proud of. You know,
maybe we can rent the cup, one first and second from our club, and take like a coffee or drink water from the cups, and
or champagne maybe.
Or maybe champagne. Also, if you guys like this show, tell your friends, tell your mother, ask your mother to send in a question. Like, again, I have so much fun doing the show with you guys. I know people like it. People who watch the show, I get messages like they love it.
Yeah, this would be so cool if you are a parent or if your parents have some questions about like you practicing volleyball somewhere or your future in volleyball or anything you have, like ask your parents. Record your parents even if they don't know how to do it. Record them and send this to us, and maybe your coach also from the team who is coaching you has some questions like,
and also maybe you know,
for sure.
I mean, dude, there's like we get people viewing it, and yet like I'm not getting hundreds of questions, and I know hundreds of people watch it, and I know every single person watching it has something they struggle with.
Yeah, for sure.
We at the highest level have things we're struggling with. We're all struggling with things. That's the point of the show. So participate in the show. We want to hear from you. We have a blast. Also, if you're interested in merch, we might make merch. We might not. Depends how the views go. Depends how many people participate in the show, dude. But we want to do those things. We want to build this into something really cool. It means a lot to me to get to know you guys better. I know you feel the same way. And we want to do the same with people from all over the world. So
yeah, all the 100 people watching our show will get the merch if we make one.
Yeah, dude.
Hoodies or whatever. So please subscribe so we know that you are there and you are watching us, because it's important.
It means a lot. It really does. Yeah. Sick.
Okay. We are also on Spotify if you don't want to see our faces and just listening to this hot intro that we did today.
And outro.
Like you.
See you next time.
See ya. Bye.